Hello everyone, welcome to Dr. Rajkumar Academy for Civil Services. Let us discuss today the Hindu newspaper of Delhi edition. Along with that, we are going to discuss about the important topic from the Press Information Bureau, All India Radio, and the vocabulary for the day. Moving towards the first article, it is related to the retaliatory strike by village guards leaves nine dead in Manipur. So nine Meitei men were killed and 10 injured in Kamenlok, a Kuki village in Impal district of Manipur. So the violence broke out on May 3rd, 2023. Still it is going on, but since there is a problem, so there was a retaliatory strike by the village guards, leaves nine people dead. Belong to which community? Meitei community. So just go through this article. There is no much importance here. And Gujarat on alert with cyclone Biparjoy set to make landfall today. Around 70,000 people, shifted to the safety place where they can be out of this particular cyclone, landslide and all. So the Indian Meteorological Department said the Biparjoy was set to change its path on Wednesday and begin moving northeastwards towards the Kutch and Saurashtra region. 125 km per hour to 135 km per hour wind speed will be there. That is what the status given by the IMD. Moving towards the first important article that we are going to discuss in brief in your editorial page, and it is very important for you as well. That particular topic comes under your general studies too, Indian polity, constitutional bodies. Let us have a look what exactly the topic is all about. The topic is related to the Finance Commission. The next Finance Commission will have a tough task. So the government will appoint a finance commission in the next few months to determine how much of the center tax revenue should be given away to the states. So the vertical share and how to distribute among the states in terms of horizontal sharing formula. This topic is clearly giving you an idea about what is the Finance Commission. And the Finance Commission comes under your constitutional bodies. If you take the investment undertaking by the PSU, the post reform, what happened is the Planning Commission was abolished and 2014 Niti Aayog was introduced. The same way, the Planning Commission was abolished in the year of 2014, with the result that Finance Commission remains virtually sole architect of India's fiscal federalism. Right. First, we need to understand the basic information regarding to the Finance Commission. Next, we'll discuss about what exactly the article is stating. See, the Finance Commission is the balancing wheel of the fiscal federalism in India. This comes under your Article 280 of the Indian Constitution, Part 12. So, this is a constitutional, quasi-judicial body constituted by the President of India. So, President of India is the responsible for it. And the members under this Finance Commission, chairman, along with the chairman, four members, including High Court judge appointed by the President authority to decide the qualification, Parliament tenure as specified by the President. Reappointment is also eligible here. Right. Next, they will provide, the Finance Commission will provide kind of recommendations to the President of India. What about the recommendation? Distribution of net tax proceeds between the center and states. Principles for grant in aid to the states by the central government. Evaluating the rise of Consolidated Fund of India to affix the resources of panchayat and municipalities and other financial matters. Okay, providing advisor financial matters in terms of referred to by the president. So powers of a civil court. This finance commission will enjoy the powers of a civil court as per the Code of Civil Procedure 1908. Right. So the State Finance Commission also there constituted by the governor every 5 year under Article 243 reviews the financial position of panchayats and municipalities. That is the objective. That is State Finance Commission. So this is your basic information regarding your finance commission. Moving towards, in this particular article, they are talking about horizontal distribution. Issues will about horizontal distribution. What exactly it is? So I'm going to give you some interesting fact. The allocation between the states, center and states, which is popularly known as horizontal devolution. Remember this term. The allocation between the states, which is known as horizontal devolution. Vertical devolution means the devolution of taxes of the union and states, which is known as vertical devolution. Remember, this horizontal devolution criteria is important in terms of finance commission is like telling about it's going to be a tough task because this horizontal devolution has a criteria. Just make a note of the criteria comes under this particular point. The first one is about population. So population, about the state represents the need of the undertaking the expenditure to the population, and about the area. Okay, large the area, greater is the expenditure is requirement, and forest and ecology by taking in account share of dense forest of each state in the aggregate dense forest of all the states. So the criteria demand is high. Then income distance, it is related to the gross state domestic product. Okay, then demographic performance, right? It rewards efforts made by states in controlling their population. And finally, tax efforts. So keeping all these criteria in mind only, the devolution, like the horizontal devolution has been calculated in India by the Finance Commission. So go through this article, you will get to know about what exactly they are talking about. Moving towards the next article related to strengthening the ICDS scheme. This particular topic comes under your general studies too. Issues related to children. Health also you can take. So what exactly the article is about? The context is the social sector scheme, ICDS, to tackling the issue between the age of 0 to 6 among the children and pregnant women and lactating women addresses the non-formal preschool education and breaks the cycle of malnutrition, morbidity and mortality. So the study shows that advantages of the workers under which kind of activities made by the government and how can we empower the Anganwadi workers, how it helps. So how we can strengthen this ICDS scheme. In this particular article, we need to know the background of this ICDS scheme. Remember, this is centrally sponsored scheme implemented by the Ministry of Women and Child Development. It was launched in the year of 1975. So, providing supplementary nutrition, immunization, preschool education, health checkups, health and nutrition education, referral services, serving the children of 0 to 6 years and pregnant and lactating mothers. That is the intention of this ICDS scheme. Okay, right. So this scheme, what are all the other things comes under the ICDS? First one is about Anganwadi service scheme. Anganwadi service scheme. Remember, it is one of the unique feature that program provide the early childhood care. Okay, early childhood care and their development. So the beneficiary under this particular scheme, 0 to 6 years children and pregnant women and lactating women. So it provides around six services, supplementary nutrition, as I said, preschool, non-formal education, nutrition and health education, immunization, and health checkup. Okay, next one is about Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana. It provides the cash incentive scheme, 5,000 rupees of incentive in three installments directly to their bank office, like bank or post office account to the pregnant women and lactating women. Next one is about the National Krichi Scheme. It provides daycare facilities to the children of the age group of 6 months to 6 years, particularly of working women. So the facilities are provided for 7.5 hours a day for 26 days in a month, and they we used to provide nutrition also there, and scheme for the adolescent girls. It aims at out of school girls in the age group 11 to 14 to empower and improve their social status through nutrition and life skills as well. Then child protection scheme. It aims to improvement and well-being of the children. Then very important thing, that is Poshan Abhiyan. Poshan Abhiyan. Poshan Abhiyan, it targets the reduce the level of stunting, undernutrition, anemia, and low birth weight babies by reducing malnutrition. So these are all the major schemes which covered under this ICDS. To strengthening it, government is supposed to take a great step in terms of increasing more number of people to get benefit under this scheme. The operationalization of Saksham Anganwadi and Poshan 2.0 proposal hinge on its status as a centrally sponsored scheme. As I said, strengthening of this ICDS, we need to give more intent towards the Poshan Abhiyan 2.0 proposal. Next article, it is related to your agriculture. General Studies 3. Okay, General Studies 3. This article is talking about what are the different process to regulate transgenic crops in India. Okay, it is about the agricultural experiment in India. Why did the states like Gujarat, Maharashtra, and Telangana defer the proposal to test Cry to AI cotton? What is next move of genetic engineering appraisal committee? How long before there is a greater acceptance for testing genetically modified crops? So in this particular article, three states such Gujarat, Maharashtra, and Telangana have deferred a proposal approved by the Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee to test a new kind of transgenic cotton seed that contains a gene Cry2AI that purportedly makes cotton resistant to pink bollworm, a major pest. This conflict shows that the broad acceptance of genetically modified crops continues to be elusive. So in this particular article, the context, what you supposed to understand, the genetic modification. What is the term it is all about? Genetic modification involves altering the genes of an organism, be it a plant or animal or any microorganism. So GM technology involves direct manipulation of the DNA instead of using the controlled pollination to alter the desired characteristics. So it approach in terms of the crop improvement of all which at adding desirable genes and removing undesirable ones to produce better varieties. So the regulation also you need to understand here. How this genetically modified crops regulated in India? Remember, all products are regulated by the Union Ministry of Environment, Forest, Climate Change under the provisions as per the Environment Protection Act of 1986. For that purpose, a separate committee was appointed named called Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee under the Ministry of Climate Change only. The purpose is like authorizing to review, monitor and approve all activities including import, export, transport, manufacture, use or sale of the genetic modified crops. So GM foods are also subjected to regulations to the FSAI, Food Safety and Standard Security Authority of India under the Food Safety and Standard Act of 2006. So you need to understand the importance of this GM modifications also. Right. So revolution in terms of pharma sector and climate change adoption and also contribution to the food security. Now, what exactly the concern that we do have related to the genetic modification? Remember, comprising the compromising the nutritional security. See, the modified foods that doesn't have the nutritional, safety and loss of the indigenous variety by changing the altering the gene and allergic reaction. These are all comes under the food, GM food. In terms of enhancing the activity of this GM crops, how we can regulate that in India. Okay, so now the article is stating about related to this, are there changes in offering the process of regulations of GM crops? So you know about the GM crops, the GEAC is considering proposed by the DBT to declare some regions across India as notified testing sites. There are 42 such proposals sites if it goes through companies wanting to conduct trials of GM that crops at the location would need the permission of the state for trials. That is the important area you need to focus in this article. Moving towards the next article, it is not article, I just want to give you a small information. Global Wind Day. Today is Global Wind Day, observed every year, June 15th. Okay, right. This was organized by Wind Europe and Global Wind Energy Council. The day was inaugurated in the year of 2007 and was celebrated by around 35,000 people from 18 different countries in Europe. So 2023, marking this particular year, wind is mind as a theme. The wind is mind as a theme for 2023, right? So just small information for your add-on. Moving towards the next article, it comes under your news page and is also important as well for your preparation related to the Uniform Civil Code. Related to Uniform Civil Code. Law Commission seeks fresh inputs on Uniform Civil Code. This topic comes under your General Studies 2. Okay, General Studies 2. So what is mean by Uniform Civil Code first? We need to know about the background. Then we can go ahead with the case, what exactly the context is. Remember, UCC is one of the important concept of provide for one law. Provide for one law for the entire country. That is known as Uniform Civil Code, applicable to all religious communities in their personal matters such as marriage, divorce, inheritance, and adoption, etc. So, Article 44 of the Constitution lays down that state shall endeavour to secure a UCC for the citizens throughout the territory of India. So Article 44, one of the DPSP defined, and also DPSP has defined Article 37 are not justicable, not enforceable by any court as well, by the principle laid down therein are fundamentals in governance. So what is the exact status of this uniform codes in India? Remember, Indian laws do follow a uniform code in most civil matters. Civil matters. Okay, related to the contract, procedures, transfer of property, partnership, evidence in all these area, and also Uniform Motor Vehicle Act, which is governed, which was recently states refused to be governed by the Motor Vehicles Act. Likewise, only civil matters that India is following. But what about the implication of Uniform Civil Code on the personal laws? Remember Shah Bano case, 1985 is well known for that. And another case was Sarla Mudgal case, 1995, and about triple talaq. These are the three areas that where the Uniform Civil Code issues came into the existence. So now, as per this background, what you need to understand here is The 22nd Law Commission of India sought a fresh suggestion from various stakeholders, including public and religious organization on the Uniform Civil Code. So they are asking about the suggestion to implement the Uniform Civil Code throughout the country. So the implication of Uniform Civil Code on the personal laws to protection of the vulnerable society, and make simplification in terms of law to understand it, and also ideal of secularism, adhering to this particular concept, and also providing justice to the gender. These are all the requirement of UCC in terms of implicating this. Moving towards the next article, which is related to the, I think, yes, Union government moves new HDI for 28 lakh vulnerable tribals. So this article, it is talking about the HDI, Human Development Index, specifically 28 lakh people, particularly vulnerable tribal groups living in over 22,000 villages across the country, which was said by the tribal minister. So what exactly the context is? 2023 budget speech, the finance minister announced around 15,000 crore expenditure outlay for the Pradhan Mantri Primitive Vulnerable Tribal Groups Development Mission. To spend over the next 3 years, the program envisions connecting all 22,544 PVTG villages to basic government services like communications, electricity, public education, healthcare, water supply, and connectivity. Okay, so this is how the article is like providing the importance of the basic amenities to the PVTGs, right? So what extra information that we need to acquire here? So first point is about you need to understand this HDI, Human Development Index. This Human Development Index, it's a composite statistical measures created by the United Nations Development Program for the purpose of evaluating about the level of human development in the different regions around the world. That is the purpose of this HDI. It was introduced in the year of 1990 as an alternative to the conventional economic measures such as GDP. So, because GDP, which not consider the broader aspects of human development, that is the purpose as an alternate. Right. So Delhi occupies the the subnational HDI that while some states have made considerable programs based on this HDI. Right. So this is your value added and all kind of things such investing in education, addressing about income inequality, gender inequality, and about providing health care, addressing the poverty and elevation program, protecting the human rights, about infrastructure, and innovation and entrepreneurship. Everything will be monitored under this particular HDI. Okay, moving towards the next article, it is related to the new consumption falls in India, case study. Reuters Institute Digital News Report 2023 find a sharp decrease in access to online news while television to sees a decline as a news source. Globally, platforms such as TikTok are gaining ground as source of news among the youth. Trend of news avoidance continues in many countries. So this article it is talking about overall consumption and sharing of news declined in India from last year's figure, along with the sharp decrease in access to online news minus 12 percentage points, while television too saw a 10 percentage point decline as a news source. According to the Reuters Institute Digital News Report 2023, released on Wednesday, the 12th edition of the report, produced in collaboration with Asian College of Journalism, surveys the news consumption habits of consumers across 46 markets. As per the report, India registered a small decrease of 3 percentage points in overall trust in news of 38 percentage, and was ranked 24th. Last year's figure, it was 38 percentage, ranked 24th out of 46 countries in this regard. So what exactly now people are depending related to the news? 7 percentage what's like 47 percentage WhatsApp, 39 percentage Facebook were the next two preferred social medias after the YouTube. Okay, 56 percentage news gained from the YouTube only. Right, so minus 12 percentage reduced to see TV for the purpose of news. That is the article, stating about. Clear. So these are all the important topics that you need to focus related to the Hindu. Moving towards the map of the day, it is there in your world news about Palestine. Okay, so Israel. This is Israel map, and you need to understand what are the countries sharing border. One is Syria, Jordan, Egypt. Okay, the capital of Israel is Jerusalem, and this side you have Mediterranean Sea, that is west of the Israel. Okay, so moving towards the PIB, Press Information Bureau. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has shared articles, graphics, videos, and information about various reforms which have not only improved ease of doing business but also encouraged spirit of enterprise among the youth. So this is about ease of doing business based on the articles, graphics, videos, and information shared. It is not encouraged and improvement of this one, and also provided the youths to get the spirit in terms of getting into the business. So see, the World Bank is responsible of providing the report related to the ease of doing business as well. Right, so the World Bank used to publish this report annually. The index has been created to evaluate the impact on the socio-economic policies. So, providing reforms implemented by the government in respective countries to promote and make it easier to do the business. Startup, and you can take dealing with construction permits, getting electricity, registering property, all these things comes under ease of doing business only. Next article it is about Department of Telecommunications, Delhi, organized an electromagnetic field awareness program through webinar today, commemorate the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Electromagnetic field. What is mean by this electromagnetic field? It is this field or a combination of invisible electric and magnetic field forces. Okay, electric fields are created by differences in voltage. The higher the voltage, the stronger will be the resultant field. Right? This is known as what? Electromagnetic field. So electromagnetic field are present everywhere in our environment, but invisible in the human eye. Electric fields are produced by the local buildup of electric charges in atmosphere associated with thunderstorms and all. So impacts of human is there. Numerous worldwide studies says that this EMF is serious health problems such as leukemia, miscarriages, chronic fatigue, okay, weakened immune system, depression, and nausea. Okay, all this and also impact on the environment. So based on this webinar, various aspects of this electromagnetic field radiation was presented by that university. It is related to queries and myth about harmful effect of the EMF radiations. Right. Next one is about Union Minister of Education, Skill Development and Entrepreneurship Sri Dharmendra Pradhan today flagged off Gabon's first Agri-SEZ project from New Delhi. The project will be implemented by AOM Group with Centurion University as the technical and knowledge partner. In this particular information, we need to know the Gabon. Gabon is the place just located in the African continent. Here it is the location. Okay, so Gabon is the place located in African continent. Next one is about the government of India in consultation with the RBI decided to issue sovereign gold bonds. What is mean by sovereign gold bonds? This scheme was launched in the 2015 month of November with an objective to reduce the demand of physical gold. That is the purpose of the launch. Okay, and shift the part of domestic savings of gold used for the purchase of gold into financial savings. So, issuance of this gold bond by Government of India stock under the Government Securities Act of 2006 GSA. These are issued by the Reserve Bank of India on behalf of the Government of India. Bonds are sold through the commercial banks, Stock Holding Corporation India Limited, designated post offices, and recognized stock exchange like National Stock Exchange of India, and also Bombay Stock Exchange, either directly or indirectly through the agents. So the bonds are restricted for sale to resident individuals, Hindu undivided families, trusts, universities, and charitable institutions. Right. So these are all the eligibility criteria. Moving towards the next from All India Radio, it is related to India's coveted moon mission Chandrayaan III is scheduled to be launched in July, most likely in the second half of the month. So India's third moon mission, which is known as Chandrayaan III. Chandrayaan III is a follow-up of Chandrayaan II of July 2019, which aimed to land a rover in the lunar south pole. The mission is scheduled to be launched 2023, that is Chandrayaan 3 by LVM-3, that is Launch Vehicle Mark 3 from Satish Dhawan Space Center at Sriharikota. Okay, next one is about five buildings and structures from Telangana selected for International Green Apple Awards. International Green Apple Awards. Beautiful buildings like Mozam Jahi Market, Durgam Chirua Cable Bridge, B.R. Ambedkar, Telangana State Secretariat Building, Integrated Command Control Center of Telangana Police, Yadari Temple. These are the five places and structures in Telangana State selected for International Green Apple Awards. So the International Green Apple Awards were launched in the year of 1994 by Green Organization to recognize, reward, and promote environmental best practice around the world and have become well established as one of the most popular global environmental campaigns. So, last part of the day, that is your vocabulary. Conservatism is commitment to the traditional values and ideas with opposition to change or innovation. Jocund means cheerful or light-hearted in a happy mood. Dilation means the action or coordination of becoming or being made wider, larger, or more open. Right? So these are all the important topics of today. Stay tuned. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.